Okay, so hello. We're finally back from Too Many Games. It was a fantastic time. Like there were so many memories, like meeting all of you and just hanging out with friends, new and old. This is my first convention, being I guess graduated from college, and I got like we're just doing a little spoils video because we didn't get to do it this year, so we're doing all of our owns. So this one is my favorite out of all of them. It's the free commemorative launch coin if you pre-order Super Mario Galaxy from back then. And like this is like the cover, it was really nice. You get a certificate of authenticity, and then this is the actual coin, which is like a metal coin with like Mario and the Luma, and then when you flip it over, it says Super Mario Galaxy, and it looks fantastic. It's so beautiful. And then it gives you like a little description of Mario Galaxy and how it's going to be. If the light cannot do that. Like it's like it caught my eye, and I'm like, oh, like is this like a special edition of like Mario Galaxy? Because I don't even remember this. Like I feel like I vaguely remember it, but I'm not sure. No, I'll put this back in later. The second thing I'll point out is Kirby's Epic Yarn. It's like, it's fully complete. Like, it has the Club Nintendo and everything. And, pretty much, I got this because I was going to stream it for, Stream for Jen, because, our friend Jen, she's going through, some things with, her landlord and everything. So they have, like, a little GoFundMe, like, for $550. We're almost to that goal. So, like, we're really close. So if you guys want to help donate to that, like, you can check out, like, the Stream for Sabrina Twitch page. And, the GoFundMe links are there, and people have been streaming the past weekend. But, me and Jen actually split on this because, she loves this game, and I love this game, so, it was, like, I think $15, so it wasn't that bad. I guess the next one I'll point out is Pac-Man World. I actually played this game so many times as a kid, and I love it to death. I'm so glad that Elliot pointed this out for me. Like, it was like $10. It was like the very first thing I actually bought at the convention. This was actually the second thing, but I just like it's just nostalgia at this point. It's a really fun game if you haven't played it already. Like, just like if you can somehow find it like online. I don't think it's that much online. It was like $10 at the convention, so it's probably not that much to find. But it's actually a really good game if you haven't tried it already. Next is Sailor Moon R, Another Story. It's an RPG game based on Sailor Moon, and there are repros in English, and I couldn't find it over there. I found like the Genesis game, like repros of it, but I totally forgot about them. To be honest, like by like the end of the convention, like I kind of forgot about it and put it in like the back of my mind. I think it's just the fighting game, so like it's fine. Like I've heard mixed things about the fighting games, but I'm gonna probably get like the repro like next month. Like this is mostly just for the collection. It actually works perfectly fine. Like we actually tested it on the restaurant trio. It is okay. So Elliot nodded his head, but yeah, it works perfectly fine, and it's really surprising. But I can't wait to try it out when I get the repro, and hope I'm gonna try to play it on the original, but I'm probably not gonna understand it, especially since it's an RPG. Um, these next four things are, I say decals or decals, decals or something. I'm pretty sure it's not how you say it, but they're decals. It's supposed to be for like cars, but you can also put it on like your laptop, and I'm going to just put all of these on my laptop and just have fun with them. It's Toon Zelda, Eevee, Pikachu riding Kirby, and Sailor Moon. I tried to like stay away from like getting like the same series because I was like, okay, like there's too many here that I would enjoy, so let me just try to get them. And then I saw the Eevee and I was like, I gotta get Eevee. And the last thing I got is this autograph from Kenny James, the voice of Bowser. Um, he actually was like a really nice guy. I also met Charles Martinet, but I didn't get anything signed from him. I just got a picture with him with my friends Sheena and Nick, which is still great. It's just that he was $40 at the convention, and I couldn't afford that. But yeah, these are my spoils, and Elliot would be doing his next.
Okay, so for my spoilers at TooManyGames, I keep telling myself I'm not gonna get much. I keep lying to myself every time. So I showed the first things I got actually. The first things I got was Dead or Alive 3 for the Xbox exclusively, because I mainly go for the exclusives. And I also got the Sega Classics Collection, which is pretty much a select number of Genesis games completely redone in 3D. I saw this because Scott the Woz. Thanks for that, Scott. The next thing I got let's go with this one. Let's go with Zombie U. I've been wanting to try this for a while, and it is complete in box, and it was only $5 because you can find it cheap anywhere essentially. So, yeah, this was a launch title, but I didn't get it at that time, so I'm cool with that. Next is a party game I really wanted to get for myself is Fusion Frenzy, because ever since we played it on SGB, I've been wanting my own copy, and I was lucky enough to find it for a pretty good price over at TMG. It was only $15, and again, complete in box. I keep going for the completion for it. Let's go for the weird one. I got Neopets: The Darkest Fairy. Again, going for those exclusives, but I've heard some things about this game, and I've actually have wanted to try it. And no, I didn't pay $35 for it. I paid like 10, I believe. I forget. But what's also cool about it, I might have to get a new case for this, by the way, is that it actually is complete because it comes with the exclusive Neopets card along with the registry for it. So that actually makes me very happy because for $10, yeah, that's definitely worth it to me at least. And let's go with this. This one, Samurai Warriors 3 for the Wii. It was completely sealed. I already unwrapped it, as you can see. But it was like $5 because it was actually on, I want to say, a clearance sale from the vendor. But everything's here, even the Club Nintendo pamphlet, and it's weird because we got extinct pieces of pamphlets here. But I think this is definitely worth a buy, especially for the collection. Let's go to these boxes right here. I got Diddy Kong Racing box only. The guy was willing to sell me the box for $25, and it came with the manual, the insert, and he also gave me the protective case for it. So I'd say that was good. But I think my favorite buy would have to be the box for Super Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. I already had the game. I didn't have the box. He was selling it for $25, but the guy was giving me a steal price by selling it for $12, and I honestly couldn't pass that up, especially to complete this. And it came with the insert, the manual, the safety precautions pamphlet, and even the registry that came in that box. So that's a fully complete Star Wars Empire Strikes Back now. This was a gift, and I feel like I don't deserve you or my friends. Because this is Star Raiders for the Atari 2600, complete in box. Everything is in here. It has the game as well as the touchpad that is needed for this game. Everything is in here, including the comic book that advertises in here. And the comic book is actually really cool to look at. But the main thing I want to show real quick is the touchpad. So as you can see, instead of the actual controller, you need this. And it, of course, is the instructions and the button layouts to actually how to play the game. Now, when I get my Atari 2600 working, I will test this out because I am curious on how to play this game. And we'll just put those over there for now. There's also this gift I got here. It is a sock cat given to me by my friend Livy on Twitter, and she was there. And seeing that she was there, we had to at least try to meet up. And she got me this after my wrestling panel with Sam, Caro, and Gold Bolt. So, yeah, Like, people were confused what it was. Like, just look at the face, you could tell it's a cat. My PS1 buy, this is the only buy I got for the PS1, Jersey Devil. The guy was selling it for $15. It was on that clearance bin, same thing with Samurai Warriors 3, so I honestly couldn't pass that up. And like, I do like the game, I just wish there was more, but I'd say this was worth 15 definitely. And the last things for the gifts would be these 3 Bendy and the Ink Machine posters, along with these 2 albums. These were from our friends over at DA Games, Will and Chloe. So he gave us his Greatest Hits Volume 1, as well as his original album, Heart of an Artist. And he also was willing to give us the Build Our Machine poster, the Gospel of Dismay poster, and this 3rd poster right here that was given exclusively for now at TooManyGames. He said at the time of this recording, he's gonna release them to the general public in about a week or 2. That's coming from him. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got, and some of the gifts I got. So yeah, TMG. It was definitely a lot of fun seeing everyone there, seeing everyone just coming up to just have a good time. And yeah, every year I look forward to it, and I can't wait till next year. So yeah.
Okay, so first, this first one is my favorite. It was like the first thing I bought at the convention. It's the commemorative launch coin with, if you like pre-order Mario Galaxy. I got it for like $10, and like it came with the certificate of authenticity. I can't speak. Where's the coin?
Jesus.
It might be in my backpack.
Hello, and welcome to my section of the spoils video and discussion about TooManyGames 2018. I'm not sure where to start, but I figure I will talk a little. Why don't we talk a little bit about how the convention was? Of course, the convention was amazing. It's one of those conventions where it's as much fun as you want to have. You know, if you restrict yourself from doing everything, it's going to be a little boring. If you or you can go out and you can do as much of the stuff that you really want to do and have yourself a blast. I mean, there's tons of people around there that are like-minded, so it's easy to get into conversations and talk to people about things. And if you don't want to do that, you know, you just sit around and you play some games and you watch other people play games and you do some shopping or something like that. And it was an amazing time for that stuff. I get a kick out of just going there and hanging out and walking the sales floor and seeing everybody, and that was once again this year. The arcade for me has been a little lacking. There's a lot of rhythm games and stuff like that, which I'm not very good at, but I'm also not very into, which those things kind of feed into each other. Some fighting games and stuff here and there. I'm not big on the tournament scene. I'm not big on the hype that goes into the tournament scene. So I usually just kind of, I don't avoid it, but I just kind of gravitate away from it. As for panels, I didn't do too many panels. I did Somecallmejohnny's panel. I to be honest, I can't even remember any of the other panels that I did. It was just a very light year for me. I think that for me this year, I think that the big thing was about not going to there, but getting away from some of the other stuff. You know, there's been a lot of stuff going on lately, and nothing bad. I don't want to be like a downer or anything, but there's been a lot of stuff going on. You know, between personal life and then with the news and stuff, it's nice to get away for a few days, and that's something that I recommend that everybody does. If you can't get out to TooManyGames, find the local convention, find the local place. Who knows, if you are inclined to do so, go on Facebook or Twitter and start a group that hangs out, that meets once in a while, and if you've never really been to a convention, you'll get the idea of what that's like on a small scale when you have a sort of regular meetup, and you can, like I said, you can sit around with like-minded people and do all of that fun stuff. But yeah, it was just an amazing time. It was great to see so many people. Great to see so many people that I know. Shake hands, sign a few things. That dildo that's been going around, I signed that this year. So we'll see how long my signature lasts on that. To the guy that has that, thank you for that. And please don't use it. Uh, and if you're going to use it, please don't ask anybody to sign it anymore. As for my pickups, let's go with the smaller stuff first here. I got some, and forgive me if none of this stuff is like showing up right on the camera or anything. I'm just using my Logitech camera. I got a couple of decals for my car. I got Eevee. Let's see how that shows up. Yeah. Okay, that showed up well enough. I got a bomb. Get a bomb. And Totoro. I got Totoro. If anything, I love the cut of the paper. Like, I love how they cut it specifically just for that Totoro. I get a kick out of that. I want to thank Derek from Game Explain. He brought me a couple of things from E3. The Konami Hyper Sports R grips for the Switch and Switch towel, well, like screen cleaning rag type thing. Thank you for that, Derek. These are the badges. We got guest badges, but they were very, very plain, very basic. They didn't have any pictures on them. I guess for the guests, they're like, yeah, you're getting in. Don't worry about it. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this was like just a little picture. I just thought it was really cool. Yeah, I think you can see that. Ooh. Wait. Where is he? He's over here. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. This was a gift from Johnny, so thank you for that. This was like one of the last purchases. We're on the way out, and we stopped and looked at all that stuff, and they had those much bigger. And he's just like, I said like that one's kind of cool, so he gave him $5, and there we go. All right, I got some cool stuff this year. This was a donation. This Kaiba Collection box. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I still have a GOAT deck. But I can't play modern Yu-Gi-Oh! I think I would really need to sit down and try it again. But that was given to me. Apparently there's a rare card in there, but that rare card is not there, so I guess he had everything else, so he figured I'll just give him my trash. The same person also gave me this. These are, let's see if I can get all of this. There we go. These are, and in the back you can see through it. These are, he said that they were those red boxes. This is one of the signs that goes into the red box. He had a whole stack of them, but I really like the Wonder Woman one, so he said I could have that one. So thank you for that. Okay. Yeah, that's all the... I'm trying to get the stuff that was like away. I have everything right here in front of me, so I tried to get the stuff that was around me so that I didn't miss any of it. All right. For PlayStation, I got one long box game, which is Viewpoint. This is like a if you ever played Zaxxon, it's like an isometric shooter. You know what I mean? Like there's the vertical shooters and the horizontal shooters, and then this one kind of goes on an isometric angle. It's pretty cool. It's been a while since I have actually played it. So I got a good price for it, and I said, you know what, I love the idea of collecting all the long box games, and then I remember that there's like 104 long box games, so I don't. So I'm always interested in picking up the ones that I thought were pretty cool, and then who knows, maybe one day I'll find a bin somewhere with the other 90 long box games. I think I've got about 10 long box games now. Let's go to this is Street Fighter 2, the Hue card for the PC Engine. I heard this was a really good version of the game, and I got it for a really decent price. I actually bought this from he's on YouTube. His name is RGT85. It was his table, and I bought this from him. So thank you. If this video ever somehow gets to you, thanks. I got 2 Genesis games actually, which I don't normally pick up a lot of Genesis games. I got Shining in the Darkness, which was okay, but I mostly got it because I have the box and instructions for it, so I wanted to complete that. A good game that I got was Mega Bomberman. I love a certain Bomberman game. I loved this one. I believe this was 6-player, so I really really enjoyed this game. It's probably my second, even with the Super Nintendo versions. This is my second favorite Bomberman, up second only to Saturn Bomberman. But a Saturn Bomberman was like $350. I can't kick that kind of money out. But if you ever get a chance to play that game, that's great. That game is 10 players. So if you ever get a chance to play Saturn Bomberman, that's definitely an amazing game to try out. I'm gonna save some of the best stuff for somebody gave me a different person gave me Yu-Gi-Oh card sleeves, but they are Kaiba card sleeves. There you go. Yeah. So they go with the Kaiba cards, which is hilarious. They also gave me the promotional card. It's Obelisk the Tormentor, and it's so I think Johnny said that it's the playable one. It's the one with the yellow outline. Looks kind of cool. I don't know. I kind of prefer the blue one. You know, it's no Slifer, but I still thought it was pretty cool, and I really appreciate that stuff. You know, it whenever I get stuff like that, it makes me interested in trying to get back into it. But I know that I'm gonna have to pay some money to do that. Okay. I actually met. Well, hold on. We'll go to the NES games. I grabbed a stack of NES games. Woo! Here we go. I got Super Dodgeball, Pipe Dream, which was, I think it was $3. So, you know, fill out the shelves a little bit. 720, which is a game I thought I had and I don't, so I wanted to grab that this time. Dragon Power, which is the very horrible version of Dragon Ball. I this is another one that I thought I had but didn't have. I have to own a copy of this. I actually played this a lot when I was a kid, and I enjoyed it for what it was. I was also a child. Maniac Mansion, yet another one that I thought I actually went to play this one day, and then I didn't have it. California Games, it's a little bit of fun there. Loops is like a puzzle game. I kind of enjoyed this before, so I figured, you know, I'll throw it in there. I fantasize about collecting all the NES games, but I know it ain't gonna happen. Tecmo Bowl. I have the box instructions for this, but I do like this game. I mean, it's Tecmo Bowl. Who doesn't like Tecmo Bowl? Even if you don't like football, Tecmo Bowl is a fun game. Willow, this is yet another one that I thought I had. This is a Zelda style game. This is really good. So I wanted to make sure that I had a copy of that. Sky Kid, I've never played Sky Kid before, but it's a Sunsoft game, and Sunsoft made Blaster Master. So I think you can go really well. Sunsoft, I think also made Mr. Gimmick, which is another great game that never came out over here, but it's a great game. Like, it's a good company, so I trust the name. They did the Batman game. They did the first Batman game. Adventures of Dino Ricky. Hudson Soft made this, so this is another situation of the company was good. I think the game itself was actually kind of average, but I think you know what? I picked this up because I picked up something else, and I had like 6 or 7. I think it was like $14. So with the extra $6 or $7, rather than get change, I just found a game that was comparable price, and then he went down, so we made it an even 20. So I was like, I'll grab a Dino Ricky. I see it all the time. I should probably buy one. Another Sunsoft game, Starship Hector. I think this was a shooter. I don't quote me on that. But again, that's a game that I've actually heard good things about. Actually, you know what? Starship Hector. Oh, no, you know what? This was 10. I got this. This was 9, but I got them for 15. That was what happened. And then Karate Champ. It's a hokey, fun game that about 2 months ago, I was scouring eBay just for boxes and instructions, and I found the box and instructions for this for $5 with no shipping. So it was an even $5, and then I realized I didn't have the game. All right, I got my big purchase. One of my biggest purchases I'm gonna save for the end because there's a little bit of a story with that one. So we actually went relatively light. I'm actually almost done here. So I picked up boxes this year. There were a few different vendors that had boxes, like just empty boxes, and there were a couple that I was talking to, and they were willing to sell me some of the boxes. Okay. I got the box for Cobra Triangle. These I have the game for already. I have the game for all of these. Box for Cobra Triangle. I got the box for Lone Ranger. In this box, I just stored it in there. I also picked up the manual for Star Fox because I don't have anything for Star Fox but the game. So now I have the manual. So now all I need is the box. And I actually picked up the map for Mystic Quest, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, the best Final Fantasy game there ever is. So this I have the manual and the game for. So now all I need is the box for that. I tried, but nobody would sell me their box for this game. One guy had the box separate. Like I didn't have to talk him out. Like those two, the Cobra Triangle and the Lone Ranger, they were separate boxes. I didn't have to talk the guy out of the game or anything. One more box that somebody had was for Dragon View for the Super Nintendo. This game has gone up in price recently. The box itself is a little bit rough on the top, but I can iron that out. There's videos out there about how to iron your boxes so that they're flat and everything. If you go and try it before looking up those videos, no, you don't just put an iron to it. There's you got to put t-shirts on it and stuff. But please look up some of those if you've got rough boxes like this. But I've done it before and the boxes come out perfectly. So yeah, I figured he gave me a good deal because the box was in rough shape. But I can iron out most of this and it'll look great. I mean, the only thing that needs to look good is right here because that's how they go on my shelf. My two, right? Is that it? Yeah, my two biggest purchases, or my two biggest box purchases, because I have two more boxes. I managed to get somebody to sell me the box for Dragon Warrior 2. This is just the box and the sleeve inside. And the box and both maps for Dragon Warrior 4. I'm ridiculously excited about this one. I'm crazy excited because I have the game and the manual, so this game is complete. I think I have the manual for Dragon Warrior 2, so this game, if I have to look up to make sure of what's in it. It's Dragon Warrior, so there's always a poster or a map in there, so I have to check that out, and then that'll be done. Dragon Warrior 3, I think needs the manual, but that's almost complete. And then Dragon Warrior 1, I only have the cartridge and the manual, but I can get the rest of that stuff anywhere. So I'm on my way to a complete CIB Dragon Warrior set. So I'm pretty excited about that. He also gave me a good deal. He gave me some prices, and then I talked him down and wheeled and dealed. So I was able to get those prices knocked down significantly. My last purchase, my big purchase, so here's the story. I don't have it here. I have Ultima. There's three Ultima games on the NES: Quest for the Avatar, Exodus, and Warriors of Destiny. I have Quest for the Avatar and Exodus with the box and everything. I have the box and manual, I believe, for Warriors of Destiny, but that's an expensive one. That one was $50, so I bought Warriors of Destiny. I bought it this year, so I had it complete. And then I found a guy that had a different game that I wanted, and I wanted significantly more than Warriors of Destiny, and I wanted for a long time now. It was actually my big goal for this year's convention. So I asked him what he would take for the Warriors of Destiny on a trade. he gave me a very, very good price. I almost got back what I paid for it, because that stand sold games for a little bit more. But I almost got back what I paid for it. So I went and I got it and I traded it to him. So now I don't have a Warriors of Destiny. Instead, I have Metal Storm. I am ridiculously excited to have this game. I'm so thrilled to finally have a copy of this game in my collection. It's something that I've wanted for a while. It's a good game, which is rare. To me, that's very rare, and that these very expensive games are also the very good games. You know, especially with the NES, some of the most expensive games are like Action 52 and Cheetah Men 2, and they're terrible games if they even function at all. This game is incredibly uncommon and very, very good, and very hard too. It's such a good game. But that is it, right? That's everything I have here anyway. Yeah, but that is it. But yeah, it was such a great year. I'm doing my best to not be sad that it's over. I'm trying to focus more on being happy that it happened. That's one thing that I always try and say. But it's always kind of bittersweet when the conventions come to an end, and it's like the better time you have, the harder it is for it to end. And I can tell you right now that it was hard for it to end, because this year was fantastic. I loved meeting you guys. I loved hanging out. It's always cool for people to come up and say, you know, I've seen you on these videos. I've heard you on these videos. You know, it's very laid back. You know, it's very entertaining, and that's such a great thing. That's something that I always thought about doing, like entertaining people in some way. Even as a hardcore introvert, I always liked the idea of making people laugh. Like, I was always the comedian and the jokester and stuff like that. So the idea that there's this format that I can somehow entertain people and then meet the people, you know, and that's the best thing, is that instead of just making jokes and then that's it, and you know, you make jokes and you walk away, I get to meet you guys. I get to come to these conventions and you guys say hi and we shake hands and we talk and stuff like that, you know. People donating stuff to me, and that's so, which is always just surreal when you guys do stuff like that. But it's very humbling, and it's very flattering that I'm kind of just trying to be who I am, and trying to be the kind of person that I wish was around when I was younger. And I hope that that's what I'm able to do. And sometimes when I meet people and they want to shake my hand and stuff, I feel like that's what I'm doing. And so it just makes me feel good to keep doing it. But we're going to call it here. So thank you guys. And I don't know who's up next, but if someone's up next, enjoy what they have to say. If I'm the last video, then have a great day. And I hope to see you guys next time at TooManyGames.
Hello, didn't see you there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, she's taking a shit. Hey, don't zoom in too much on that one. Hey everybody, how's it going? We're kind of doing this impromptu spoils video. It's going to be a collaboration of myself, Russ, who's holding the camera right now for a second, and then Elliot, Sabrina. I'm trying to see if Matt can film his own thing, and then my uncle's got his own spoils video to share with you guys as well. But yeah, TooManyGames 2018 has come and gone. I'm feeling a little low in the gut. Russ has a horrible sinus infection.
It's gone now, thankfully.
We had a great time, so we figured in conjunction with just talking about our experiences, we can also just show spoils of war that we've gotten the past 3 days, thanks to both my wallet and generous viewers and fans, subscribers, all that sort of shit like you.
And in the case of me, just my wallet.
Yeah, just your wallet. Okay, so Russ, why don't you just give me the camera there?
Sure.
We'll start with you.
Awesome. So, so it was a good year. Honestly, this was a good year. So a little slight personal background. I actually moved this year. I found a nice larger space apartment this year, and it's very bare. Has a lot of bare walls. So
Yeah.
one of my goals this year, I've always enjoyed the artwork and the things that I've seen at Too Many Games, but really have never been able to partake because I didn't have anywhere to put any of the stuff.
Nowhere to put it at all.
Exactly.
It's been a rough couple of months. I've never seen with the stump so thick.
It's just growing faster now. It's getting older.
It
now.
really is, yeah.
It's not too bad, but aw.
So it's going to be like the MVP probably in the video.
Well, we started
you
doing
know,
that.
actually, what is she doing?
So you get big stuff out of the way
Yeah,
first.
let's get this good stuff out of the way first.
So
Take away our phone.
saw this, which is it looks like a freaking stained glass window.
It really does. That's what it's based off of.
Yeah. No, I figured as much. For obviously Zelda Wind Waker themed, but looking for things that would take up a lot of space, obviously as well, just so I didn't have to like have a bunch of smaller things around my walls.
Yeah, the bigger the better.
I had it down to this and like 2 other ones they had at the con. I walked past like 4 or 5 times. I walked up, had this in my hand. Another couple walked up, was like, "Hey, I want that. Do you have another one?" The guy's like, "I have one more." I'm like, "Well, I better."
Well, I want it.
So, ended up picking that up, which was nice. And I also got 2 wall scrolls. One was Mega Man themed, and I'll just do.
Yeah, quick little view of the.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pull the whole thing out.
Mega Man 6.
Yep.
So that's the elusive Mr. X up there right now. Totally nothing to do with Sigma. I'm kidding. It's a while later.
But I'm a big Mega Man fan. I actually just beat 6, so that was very perfect.
Yeah. What's this one in here?
And this is actually Yu-Gi-Oh themed, because I still play the game.
Okay. This would be based on Duel's Kingdom.
Yep. And this is actually a special thank you to Elliot. So I picked up Elliot a Five Nights at Freddy's cap from Dave & Buster's, and he wanted to get me something as a thank you. So he got me the Yu-Gi-Oh balls for me. Yeah, worked out pretty well for us. First thing I bought at the con, they had a vendor that had a ton of Keyblades.
Yeah.
Aqua is actually one of my favorite character from the series right now.
Yeah.
And I really like her Keyblade design, so.
Like the composition of this shot right here actually just makes like the perfect clickbait thumbnail.
Yeah.
The clickbait thumbnail is like Russ in Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, but I think they are made of. I believe it's foam rubber.
Yeah, I mean it's well constructed, and it was only $25.
Yeah.
Just under.
It's pretty durable. Not obviously you don't. It's more for props than like actual combat or anything like that. But it's like it's perfectly molded. Really, yeah. It snaps in half.
Yeah, this was beautiful. So I'm gonna probably mount this on my wall, something like that.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do, they had Ven's Keyblade, but not Terra's, so I wouldn't mind maybe getting.
Terra's is huge though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know, I think Ven's is the shortest out of all of them because of his combat style.
Yeah,
and Aqua is more
quick.
of a magic wand because of her magic proficiency, but Terra is like a baseball bat.
Yeah, pretty much. So as we come around this side here, because everything's facing this direction.
Everything's upside down.
So first
was a chronic.
So John, thank you. I know you got 2 of these donations. So he gave one of them to me, Mega Man Zero. I'm a big Mega Man fan. Obviously, as you can tell by the giant wall scroll. So thank you for that. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I'll start with the games. So I didn't buy games till the last day, and I'm so glad I did.
Yeah.
Because I got some fantastic deals. These 2 here, Sonic and Black Knight and Perfect Dark, combined was like $16, $17. I know. There are 3 good Crush 40 songs on there.
No, I mean the soundtrack is the best thing about the game.
Yeah, for sure. But got my N64 hooked up in my apartment now too. Didn't own Perfect Dark, so I figured I'd grab that. And then 3 Saturn games this year. These 2 were bought in conjunction with the memory card for the Saturn. They were just giving shit away basically. I did not pay that price for all this stuff. I basically got the memory card for free if you looked at that. But Fighter Mega Mix, I actually rented that a long time ago. It's a combination of Virtual Fighter and then Fighting Vipers. And so they have all the characters.
I never
from the
played
series.
Fighting Vipers before.
Yeah, Virtual Fighter, actually, correct me, Virtual Fighter 2.
Yeah, Virtual Fighter
Wow,
2.
and a couple of those guys were in there.
All champion Fighting Viper characters.
Yeah.
I remember there was a character named Honey in that one. The Fighting Vipers or it's Sonic reference.
Yeah. This one here, Gen War. I had actually never seen this game before. It was super cheap, but I figured I saw it a bunch of places, and
Do you know who your friends are?
I do. So I figured that one up too, and then I also picked up the Saturn version of Bomberman. This is actually the Japanese version. So the vendor there had it for like $60 with the manual and the cover and all that. And he was gonna go to 50 for me. And I was picking it up, and then he goes, "Hey, let me ask you a question. You like grapes? Exactly. No. He was like, "Are you like a real collector, or do you just want to play the games?" I'm like, "Honestly, I just play the games. I got rid of all my cases years ago." And he goes, "Well, here I have this one." He told me this for $25. Same game. Just he wrote in his own cover. So,
he wrote it in 3 minutes.
Yeah. So that was the only games. I did not buy a single game until the final day.
Well, Sunday usually, unless you're like hunting for something rare specifically, Sundays usually are the best days to get it because everyone's discounting everything and they don't want to put it back in the pan.
Also very true. Yeah, that's that. So a lot. I've learned that as well. That's why I waited until today to do that. Yeah. The only thing I was debating on, if I didn't get those games, I was actually looking at Mega Man X4 for the Saturn, but they had sold it by that point, by the last day.
It was also pretty expensive too.
It was like $180, and I've already overspent.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go for all that. So a couple of things. So this was the mini boss pass for TooManyGames this year.
Yeah, no character designs this time. I mean, obviously the Mario Odyssey reference is clear, but they scrapped character designs because I hear through the grapevine, not sure if it's confirmed or not, but they got in trouble for last year.
Oh, really?
For the Sonic character designs, like the Tails and Knuckles and Super Sonic thing.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
Not be surprised.
Just a rumor. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
So I also picked the program, and special thanks to Mr. Game Explain, Derek himself. Gave me the program. But I mean, it was a loaded con this year, and I'll go, after we talk about our spoils, we'll go into kind of what we went through. Yeah. But I did a lot of panels this year, a lot of fun stuff. I got 2 CDs, both DJ Cutman CDs I didn't have, Volume 3. I have in my car, Volume 4. The other thing I don't have to show right now because it's packed away in my car at the moment is I finally have a Sega Saturn T-shirt. Yeah. It was yellow with the Saturn symbol on it and just Sega Saturn across. Yeah, it was pretty nice. So I was excited about that. And then more artwork stuff.
You got Terrence.
Yeah, this is your buddy Terrence. Get this framed.
Because the light's kind of like
all
over Sonic's eyes. It's
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Gotcha. So that was nice. Just gotta get a frame for it. And then I had Majora's Mask. This is the second thing I bought at the con. So I wish I had the quote. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? That would be pretty nice. And then found this vendor that did canvas paintings. Most of them were game covers. So the first 2 I bought, I got Q*bert here, and I got Knight Rider. Q*bert, he only brought 1 Q*bert, and he's like, man, that was like the 3rd place I won. I bought both, got the 2 for deal, and then later on I picked up the intro screen in Mega Man 2, and he gave me the deal for 3. He had a deal if he bought 3. Yeah. But they're beautiful, so those will go really nice on my wall. And then towards the back here, you see this wonderful lantern. So those of you who may not know these symbols, these are actually from StarCraft 2.
You're a big StarCraft guy.
I'm a very big StarCraft fan. I was looking at they had a number of themed lanterns. Zelda, Harry Potter, all kinds of stuff. But this is Terran, Zerg, Protoss, and I believe Dominion.
They got their card in there. So
and they do got their card in there.
Get that somewhere in there.
Absolutely. That was probably one of the most unique things I'd seen and found. The lanterns are $40, and they do requests and such as well. Yeah. They'll custom make stuff, so you saw the stuff on the card. Giving guys a shout out and a call. Very worth it. But yeah, I mean, every year I say it's my biggest haul ever. This was definitely probably my biggest haul ever for sure. Trying to fit everything into the car was a good time, get everybody back. But yeah, I'll go more into my experience at the con after John does his spoils. I think that might be a good way to do it.
Sure thing.
So we'll put cameras here and we'll let you do your stuff.
All right, let us cut. Okay, so welcome back to the TMG 2018 Expo Showcase. No, I'm kidding. All right, so let's run it down because I got a lot to show off here. And one thing I forgot to take out of the box, so we'll save that for last, actually. So
that was pretty special.
Yeah, that was very impulse, and I hate myself for it. But let's start with the shit that I bought for myself. Really, I've been meaning to catch up for the new Sonic comics for a while, especially this one, because this one introduces Tangle, I think that's her name now. She's like a new character for the comic books, and I really love her design. Okay. So I'm going to read those when I get the chance. I didn't pick up Endgame for Batman, the new 52 stuff, for a long time, and I want to read that because it's very fucking grimdark.
Grimdark, huh?
Yeah, grimdark. Just another thing I bought for myself, I bought a GC HD, which is basically an HDMI adapter for the Nintendo GameCube. That is input lag free, that's what they say anyway, I have to test it out. But they had like comparison stuff on the booth itself. Yeah. They had comparison videos up on the booth itself, and it's night and day, the picture quality comparisons. It's a little pricey though, because I paid like over $100 for it. So if you can't afford that, then maybe you're better off running Dolphin, the emulator, on the PC. But I'm really anxious to try this out, because if it really works out fine, then that means a lot for the channel, both SGB and Somecallmejohnny. So hopefully that all works out. Let me see. Brother Mark gifted me this. Shadow,
so sweet.
Shadow, yeah, I love these. These take forever to make, according to the guy, because you gotta get gotta print out the right quality paper and cut it out, I guess, with X-Acto knives and some other shit. I got 2 of these last year for myself as well. I got the Super Metroid title screen, which you guys probably seen in a couple of videos, and a Chrono Trigger one. Oh, no, Mark actually got the Chrono Trigger one. Mm-hmm. But this one I got for myself, because I'm a big Final Fantasy VI fan, and this is like a real. This is a really important. Yeah, this is a real important scene where Russ films the floating continent moments before the apocalypse, and he was there to capture it all. But I had to I'm a little confused about the character selection here, because I get Shadow being there, but where's Celeste? Because Celeste is the one that stabs Kafka in the fucking throat.
Saloon's over there.
Yeah. Celine, explain this. I demand you explain it. Alright, I think that was it for, we got my 2 biggest purchases of TMG in terms of just what I bought for myself, because for the longest time I've actually not owned physical copies of Mega Man X2 and Mega Man X3 for the Super Nintendo. I've only had them via the collection on the PS2, but these always eluded me for so long, because A, they're hard to find, and B, if you do find them, they're really fucking expensive. So that was a long time coming. I'm glad I finally got them anyway, in time for the Mega Man X Marathon, which I'm glad you guys enjoyed the first Mega Man X review, by the way. Thank you very much to everyone who tuned to my panel. Let me see, I think that's it for my no, okay, it just keeps on coming. Original Japanese Final Fantasy VII. I've been slowly collecting every single Japanese version of Final Fantasy. I am currently at 8. Well, 8, is the next one I gotta buy for myself, because I have 1 through 7 Japanese, and the Final Fantasy VII original Japanese is something I always wanted to own, because this version came first. It's not the international version, which added all the American stuff. So this version does not have Emerald and Ruby weapons.
Let's say the 2 weapons are in.
It doesn't have the 2 weapons. It doesn't have the fight against Diamond Weapon as you're raiding Midgar during the end of this 2. Let me see. I want to say that's about it.
So it's a less complete game.
It's the less complete game. There's also a special encounter in Coral Prison when you're thrown in there in the Gold Saucer area. If you head into the well, if you hang around there for a bit, you fight these 3 test creatures that were left in the game for some fucking reason, called Test O, who were just there to test out the game's battle programs. They don't attack you at all. But if you kill them, which takes forever because they have so much HP, you get a shitload of experience that takes care of you for the rest of the game. Yeah, they left that in the game. They took it out of the American version, but they left that in the Japanese version of the game. That's kind of like, and I like playing Final Fantasy games in Japanese to see how far I can get without having to read. So I think
play for the story, then, right?
Yeah, I play for the story and gameplay. Maybe that's what I really like it. I believe that is. Let me see. Oh no, so the perlers that I got for myself, Lilac from Freedom Planet, because I'm a really big Freedom Planet fan. I'm looking forward to the second game coming out. No, I am not a Freedom Planet shill anymore. Anyway, so and I gotta thank Nor for helping me find this for myself. In the Hunt. This was from the developers of Metal Slug. Really obvious when you look at the game's sprite quality and the amount of slowdown it causes because of all the detail.
It's everywhere.
It's a phenomenal. I don't say 2D space shooter because you control submarines. Submarines in the water and you shoot everything. It's a beautiful looking game. It's on the PS1 and Saturn. This was $40 on the just the CD alone. Saturn. Yeah, you know that. Saturn and PS1 doesn't really matter. It's still the same game. I recommend it. Though be prepared to pay for a pretty penny if you find it complete. I think that's it in terms of things I purchased for myself. Like these are my
that one there too.
Well, oh yes, Shadow of Destiny I got for myself because the intention was to get Charles Martinet to sign this because he was at this year's TMG. I'm sure everyone and their grandmother gave him Mario shit to sign, but I was probably going to be the only one that brought him Shadow of Destiny because Charles Martinet actually voiced the homunculus, that character right there, who may or may not, I don't know, maybe Satan or some other shit. I don't know, this is a piece of shit game. We did a full Let's Play of it on SGB a couple of years ago, and I think Ian or Ike Kush or something, what his name is, he's a fucking moron for reasons I can't even begin to get into today. So just watch the SGB Let's Play if you have the time. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Everything else? Yeah, okay. So now it's time. Oh, wait.
Did all that.
No, I didn't do this.
Oh, right.
I was a sucker for.
That's the first thing you bought at the con.
Yeah, this is the first thing I bought from the con for myself.
Thought so.
It is the Nintendo Power issue of Final Fantasy II with Final Fantasy IV, actually. And the reason why I got it was because, well, it still comes with the poster, which I'm always like really big fan. I'm not sure what it was this one. What's this one? Faceball. There, I love when Nintendo Power covers upcoming RPGs because their character designs are hilariously inaccurate. I won't show off the entire thing, but those that like play Final Fantasy IV or anything like that know that Kane is really not wearing anything at all. You can see the side of his ass cheeks all up and close like that. Cecil's not wearing any pants. Let me see. Tella is melting. Prince Edward looks like a badass. Rydia is no longer a 7-year-old girl that wears nothing but green. What is that design? And my favorite's probably Palom and Porom, who are brother and sister, only like 5 years old.
Oh my.
They look like hobbits from Lord of the Rings.
They look like that thing at the beginning of Incredibles 2.
Yeah, you're right. That was sad.
That was really sad.
Yeah. All right, let's get the donations because yes, literally everything else is a donation, and we got to get started somewhere. So why don't we start with? All right, why don't we start with the?
Saw that DDR Mario mix.
Yeah, the DDR Mario mix was.
Who gave you
given to
that?
me. I didn't get the name. Oh, there's probably a note inside here, just to make sure because if I don't write the names, there's probably a note inside here. But okay, no, there's no name inside here. I probably didn't have a pen.
Speaking of which, if you guys want to see a Let's Play of this, I actually jumped in on the FTCR version of that. So if you want to see the opaque senator, comment on something else.
Yeah.
Check out FTCR's Let's Play of it. It was
DDR. Yeah, this is the only like DDR game I've never played.
Yeah.
But it's also like beginner's DDR.
It's pretty
I think
easy.
it only goes up to standard.
Yeah, it's pretty
as the max difficulty. So
although the song list on that game is fantastic.
Oh yeah, if you like Mario remixes and other shit like that, then I'm guessing yeah, this is really great. I do have a pad for this. Like the pad that I have downstairs does have a GameCube adapter.
Oh good, okay.
So we can test it out later. But yeah, curious to play this. I never played the DDR mix, even if it is like pretty easy. Metal Arms, glitch in the system. This was I think 2000 and no, I think it's just 2003.
2000 in the year 2000X.
Metal Arms glitch in the system. Never played this. I have no idea what it's about. Kind of looks like Bionicle in a way.
A little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. Top hat.
Ratchet and Bionicle.
Ratchet. Yeah. You got a Ratchet in my Bionicle. Want to get that checked out? Yeah.
It's some good MacGuffin.
Let's see here. A couple of these are from my good friends from Red Mage Mishap RMM. It's a Discord server for Final Fantasy 14. Full of a lot of friends of mine, all good people. They went and donated to me a few good games, good and bad. Let's start with the good. I think they're all good. Legend of Starfy. I've known Starfy since Smash Bros. Brawl as that worthless assist trophy. So, but I know that it's from this game. Boy or girl, I don't know what Starfy is. Let me see here. Henry Hatsworth and the Puzzling Adventure. It looks like a standard puzzle game just from looking at the back cover. So I have no idea what this is about.
4DS shovelware.
Yeah, maybe. No, it looks too colorful and brim to be a...
Yeah.
I know, it's made by EA, never mind.
Shit.
Mega Man Zero Collection. I actually got 2 of these as donations from 2 different people, and I want to thank both of you guys for being generous on to learn that. I don't need 2 copies of the game, though, so I gave Russ the extra one.
So thank you to whoever gave me that copy.
Yeah. Whichever copy Russ has, thank you very much for your generosity. But I don't need 2 Mega Man Zero Collections. My uncle gave this to me. This is a card decal that is the silhouette of Pikachu. No, it's a Raichu silhouette with a Pikachu-sized hole in the middle. So thanks, Dick. You killed him.
Oh yeah!
Oh my God!
Pikachu, you bitch! That's fantastic.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memory is a game I rented quite a number of times in my PS1 days. Didn't have the cards in it, unfortunately, so it's a piece of shit. No, I couldn't finish this game because it...
Hey, don't complain about Yu-Gi-Oh! cards.
Yeah. I couldn't finish this game growing up because the system was nothing like the card game system, like the trading card game. Like it runned off a really weird fusion system. You can summon high-level monsters without sacrificing anything. It was like a mix of Duelist Kingdom and Battle City with how things work, but I never got the mechanics. But it's also been like years since I last played it, so maybe later down the road when I do that eventual Yu-Gi-Oh showcase that people keep asking me about. This was a cool donation. Jet Set Radio on the Sega Dreamcast. This is available on Steam and Xbox Live Arcade as well, but Dreamcast is where it made its debut, so it's good always to have the original version of the game. Never played it. I believe the composer of the soundtrack was Hideki. The last name is eluding me for a moment, but Sonic Rush composer. Jet Set Radio, same person. So I'm looking
good music in Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, then you'll like Sonic Rush. I mean, you've listened to Sonic Rush before.
Yeah.
Same person. Waiting to hear all those damn samples. Nicktoons Unites, which surprisingly, I was given to my dentist. Thank you, Dennis. Surprisingly, this was given to. I found out this is a beat 'em up game.
Really?
Like, it's not a party game. I thought it was a party. You look at this cover, and you think party game.
You think Mobile Light Force?
Yes, Mobile Life Force. It is a Toho shoot 'em up. No, it's a beat 'em up. I guess SpongeBob with the karate gear was the dead giveaway, but yeah, you can choose between SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, Danny Phantom, and Timmy Turner.
And William Zabka.
Yeah, the Professor and Maria. To go against Danny Phantom villain, who was the name of the evil professor in Jimmy Neutron? It's been so long I watched that show.
Never watched that show.
And Crocker, everyone remembers Crocker. So yeah, something for. I don't remember Crocker. I think he made that up.
Yes.
I want to thank
More Mega Men.
Sharif for this one. But again, this is something I already own, but I'm very appreciative anyway. Mega Man X8, because the Mega Man X Marathon is a thing coming up right now, and I mean, I do love the color for this. I never played this one.
Oh,
so,
but you have it, but haven't played it yet.
I have it, yeah, because it was given to me as a birthday gift.
Oh, okay.
A few years back. I think it was Barry, I think gave it to me. Mary Kate and Ashley, Sweet 16 Barry.
Him.
So thank you so much, Sharif, for the donation. I will give it a good home later down the road. And this one right here, these selection of games, I still got the note here. This is from Thomas. The Quartet of Death. These games won't kill you, but they will wish you were instead of playing them. So let's look at the list. 102 Dalmatians, Puppies to the Rescue. Never played it. Shoutouts to Cruella DeVille's evil rape face.
Oh my god,
she really wants to do something
that is scary.
horrible to those puppies.
That is scary
terrifying.
as hell. Wow.
Beowulf. I never seen the movie of this. I heard it's a piece of shit. Have you ever seen Beowulf?
I read it.
Looks like something about your alley.
I've read the book. It's one of the oldest books.
Really?
One of the oldest copies. But the movie I heard was shit. So
Yeah.
I ain't doing shit movies.
Yeah. So. Joke's on you, though, Thomas. I already have this game.
Oh, God.
I'm actually not getting Hannah Montana Spotlight World Tour. This is my second copy of this game. What am I going to do?
Why do you have...
Because it was a donation.
Someone else did it.
Yeah, someone else did it to
Okay.
me. Why does everybody have Hannah Montana? Shark Tale is another one that I already have. That's Shark Bait. Shark Tale. Ooh. I had the displeasurable memory of actually seeing this in theaters. This was the one with you
Will
saw
Smith.
Will Smith, Robert De Niro, I think was the shark. Yeah, it was very. Boy, how much longer can we ride Shrek's dick without it actually being Shrek? I was like, yeah, that wasn't very good at all. But thank you very much, Thomas, for the Quartet of Death, like Trio of Death, because I already have Hannah Montana. No, it's I already had Shark Tale too. So it's a solo, it's a duo, yeah, duet. Or duo, just duet. Duet is two dances. Yeah.
Duel of Fate.
Duel of Fate, yes.
There, I like it.
With double-edged lightsabers, Darth Maul.
I want my Keyblade.
Yeah. All right, let's take care of Eric next. Eric, thank you very much. Spelled with a K. I don't know what the MD means. Is that Mega Drive? Does that mean that? Or MD Maryland, maybe? I'm not sure.
Eric from Maryland.
Sure, Eric from Maryland. I appreciate it.
I don't care if you're from Maryland.
Eric from Maryland. This was given to me by Anthony. Anthony V, thank you very much for Space Jam.
I had that for the Saturn.
I recall that. I remember seeing the CD for that in your case. I've seen magazine promotions for the PlayStation 1 version. By the way, that sound is Celine messing with the...
All right, Celine halftime.
Yeah, it's time for Celine halftime break.
I'll let you guys away. We're going to go.
Anyway, where were we? Yes, we were talking about Beyblade. Oh my god, have you seen Beyblades?
Oh, don't get me started on Beyblades.
Yeah, I've never played Beyblades. I've never watched the show or any other promote. It's made by Hudson. Hudson made these? Really? Mario Party Hudson? I didn't know that. So I guess it was like a child-friendly Crossfire because Crossfire.
Pretty much.
It's like you shoot.
So there was was an inside joke among my Yu-Gi-Oh friends that instead of flipping a coin, we played Beyblade. Decided to go first in duels.
Play a game to a certain percent of their game. Okay, yeah. Eric, thank you very much. Okay, well, let's take care of
quadrilogy here.
He left his name in one of these cases. Yeah. I read this as Dear. So he left me a Dear John letter already. But you're breaking up with me.
Don't do this to me.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this. I'm going to embarrass you right now.
Letter?
Yeah. It's like, Dear Marty, let you know that I'm alive and well. No. I was excited to meet you at TooManyGames. I hope you enjoy the games I gave you. Hope to be friends. I want to start making my own gaming. You spelled gaming with an E in there with an I-N-G. Channel someday because of your perspiration. I watch your vids every day. Please keep up the good work, and I hope you are a bright future. Your friend and fan Corey. Corey. Okay, his name
in the
Corey.
house?
Yeah. Sorry about the bad writing. All right. Thank you very much, Corey. He left me 4 games here, actually. So let's Alien Isolation, which I actually own on Steam, and I played a bit of a couple of years back when I did a Halloween stream. And apparently this is actually really good because you're being hunted down by an alien that you can't kill. That basically, it's because it's a survival horror game, and your job is to like get the hell out of the ship while avoiding the alien at the same time. So it's kind of like paying tribute to the first film, where the alien. Well, yeah, because the first film, believe it or not, was a horror movie. You know, it wasn't until Aliens where it got more action sci-fi.
Yeah.
But I hear it's actually really good horror. Speaking of more horror, The Evil Within, which I've only heard a bit of. I've only maybe seen Markiplier play like the first 20 minutes of it, and then I moved on to something else. Then he also gave me the sequel, which is apparently, according to Corey, is much better because it got rid of the kinks and all that sort of thing. He really should work on his smoking habit because being really considerate to the people behind him. Look, they're covered in smoke and they can't breathe. You're a jerk.
What was that movie with was it Michael J. Fox?
What?
With The Haunting?
The Frighteners.
The Frighteners,
Yeah,
that's it.
The Frighteners.
Where the things
Peter Jackson.
come out of the...
Peter Jackson made that. Yeah,
that's what it reminded me.
I actually like that movie. Yeah. And Bloodborne, same makers of Dark Souls from Software, and apparently this is like one of their...
like Dark Souls.
Yeah, this is, to a lot of people, their best game.
Oh,
like,
wow.
it is better than Dark Souls in a way. Similar, it's pretty much Dark Souls, but it's not Dark Souls.
Gotcha.
But it's like, it's clearly Dark Souls in a different setting with different mechanics and sort of thing. I've actually been looking forward to playing it because I hear nothing but great things about this. So, Corey, thank you very much.
Great donation.
Thank you very much. Okay, this folder, I believe, was a drawing.
Oh, yeah. Hey, whoever did this... so someone gave this to me, and I don't know what the story was behind this, but he did some good drawings. But
yeah.
he didn't want to give him the John. I had to give him. That was the intermediary. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, well, maybe I don't know. Maybe it was just too embarrassed or like that. I don't really know.
I guess.
Either way, no, don't worry. This is not racial discrimination you're seeing here. It's just me punching the shit out of Corey from Corey in the House. It's like, John's a racist. Look at these eyewitness reports of him beating the shit out of this poor kid. No, but it's a reference. I do like the Street Fighter reference. I think it's a reused pose right there.
It is. Yeah,
and it's Corey right there with a bloody mustache, holding his chunky chunk fuck Slurpee.
Wait, he was here the whole time. He was over there. Yeah. That was good. Those are good drawings.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, his name is right here. Luke. Is that his name? Yeah, I think it's Luke. Thank you.
Strong with the Force he is.
Strong, yeah. Okay. This here. Thank you very much. More garbage from my friends at RM. Extermination. It's $5. I don't know what this is. Immediately, my attention was caught to this, whatever the hell that is.
Oh.
Can you explain that? I can't.
Can you explain that?
Maybe.
Derek, help me! Derek!
Super Noah's Ark 3D. This was a Doom clone for the Super Nintendo, but instead of shooting demons, you put sheep to sleep using the slingshot. And goats. Yeah, it's a child-friendly Doom with Noah, who violently puts animals to sleep with his slingshot because he's an asshole. Wisdom tree. I should probably do a Bible Adventures marathon.
Oh, God.
Okay, let me see. This, I believe, was all at the same time. Let me see and make sure these names are all the same. Sam. Yeah, I believe Sam gave me all 3 of these. I believe I'm one of the
because everybody needs a Sam.
There's always room for a Sam. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Heard plenty of. Never played a Monster Hunter game really. The closest I ever got to was the Monster Hunter bonus stuff in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker for the PSP. Yeah. Which, fun fact, if you do enough of the quests in that spin-off, you unlock the human slingshot for Peace Walker, which is a one-hit kill to everything in the game.
Wow.
But it requires 4 players to use because 2 to hold the person, 1 person to wind it back, and the human projectile. Armello, never heard of this. He told me it was it's a puzzle game, I believe. I thought the instructions were written in Japanese for a second there. Experience tabletop adventure brought to life in the first true digital board game. So it's a board game, digital tabletop. Looking forward to see how that looks like, and maybe an eventual stream someday.
Remember when people used to get together and play board games?
You fucking losers! Get out!
Get out!
Yeah. This one, I was not expecting it at all. The Steam controller. I think this is recent.
I've never actually seen this.
Yeah, this is like the official Steam controller. You can have the analog stick and you have the Xbox buttons, but you also have like these 2 slides here. Actually, you know what?
So basically, the Xbox 360 controller and the PS4 controller had sex. And
had sex, and then their face melted.
And then Steam happened.
Yeah, so this is the actual controller right here. I never actually took this out. Oh, it came with batteries. That's really nice.
Batteries are included.
It
is a new millennium.
Yeah, so this is really weird because it's like
that's
it's digital, but it's physical at the same time because you can click on each side. They're touchpads basically.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering like, how will it feel like in the middle of the game? It's like there's also buttons in the back here. There's also 4 triggers, and it's like
business in the front, party in the back.
Business, yeah, hell yeah.
It's the mullet. It's the mullet of controllers.
Very curious to see how that'll feel in a video.
Let me know how that is.
Yeah, sure, I will.
I have a lot of Steam games, so.
Yeah, the Steam summer sale is going on right now.
No, don't tell me that. Yeah. I don't have any money left. It's all gone right over there. I'm just kidding.
Let me see. Some other curlers that were given to me by fans. Thank you very much. Majora's Mask. I had one like this already, but
you should have them face each other.
It's already sort of like inside the middle of other curlers, so I can't do that. The Zero Suit Samus is a favorite of mine. Really long, and I'm sorry as a result of that because it's so long and lanky that the arm kind of did snap. But I can easily fix that.
Like a crotch shot there.
Yeah. The arm did kind of, it didn't snap off, but it did bend. But that's an easy
fix. Janky.
Yeah. Easy, because it's so long. But it's a big parlor, so I'm really appreciative. I like cool. Christmas Karibos. Karibo shoes, you know, Christmas shoes, that Christmas song where, you know, the mom dies and he wants to meet Jesus.
That terrible song.
That terrible song, yeah, but, you know, instead of Jesus, they meet a Goomba instead.
Oh, goodness.
You know, it's like, that song is nothing like I remembered it. But that's really cool. Always in the mood to get more festive. The baby Mario, baby Luigi, from technically it was a Yoshi's Island. Yeah, the Yoshi's Island was when they debuted. I was gonna say Partners in Time, and I was like,
and Mario Kart,
Double Dash, and around things I think,
and beyond.
Yeah, Push Start. I'm trying to remember where this is from. Like, what game is this from? Like, I don't remember what game you see this from. Like, it's driving me nuts. I want to say Mario Kart.
I don't think so.
Because I'm looking at Mario Sprite here.
Yeah.
And it looks like it reminds me of the. You ever play Mario Tennis in the Game Boy Color?
No.
Really?
No, I don't think I have.
Fantastic game if you haven't. Okay. But did you play Mario Tennis in 64?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that, only 8-bit.
Oh, okay.
You know, so this looks so familiar. This is going to egg me on. We got the comment section probably exploding. But I think that is.
You didn't do how about the mug?
Oh yeah, the mug.
And this stuff in the middle here.
Yeah. Most of show those sort of things. A fan who worked at GameStop gave this to me, saying that when Stormblood was being released last year, they got a shitload of promotional materials. They had nowhere else to put it, so this guy took one of this and gave it to me because he knows I play a shitload of Final Fantasy XIV. Like, I am close to 3,000 hours in the game, and I'm not stopping anytime soon.
Fetal position.
Fetal position. He was on the floor crying. Alright, so this, for the last thing we're going to show off here, sorry, let me move you over here, Zero Suit Lanky.
Zero Suit Lanky.
The Donkey Kong Country character. So this over here, this is all given to me wait. This right here was given to me by a fan. I haven't got a chance to look at this yet, but she made this herself. Annie Mock loves video games, and I gotta say, I've only at a quick glance, it is very fucking surreal. Like, I think she had dreams and just put it on the paper.
Wow.
Like, without really explaining anything, because I haven't really comprehended what's going on in this book yet. But that only just makes it more interesting in my case, because I want to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. But thank you very much for that.
In a dream, you can see everything.
Trav gave this to me. He's been following my Twitter account for a while. He also takes commissions for making his own customized coffee mugs. Gives me the brains. He made one for every Brain Scratch member: myself, Lewis, Ted, and Ryan. The Brain Scratch logo is in the back, along with our personal logos in the back here. So this is great.
Business in the front,
Yeah,
party in the back. You have a lot of mullet themed.
So this is great. I love double-sided mugs because there's always something facing you. You know, I hate the sides of the mug where it's only one side, and my dominant hand, the picture's facing me. It's like, oh, nobody can see it. Well, it's a waste of time. But thank you very much, man. I'm looking forward to commissioning you to another coffee mug. Maybe make a 12-ounce one. That's what I drink out of. Speaking of coffee. So
Don Francisco.
Yeah, there was a fan. I forgot his name. Damn it. Shit. You know who you are, Surfbot guy with the yellow paint. Who I probably I don't know, but you really dedicated to the costume you're wearing. Thank you very much. We call him Money Man.
Yeah.
Because he spent the entire convention giving us Brain Scratch commentators money. Like he gave us each $20. Then he came back and got.
He's trying to buy your love.
Yeah, he's trying to buy my love. My love's not for sale, motherfucker. But this is a close second. No. Don Francisco's Gourmet Coffee Butterscotch Toffee. I never had butterscotch toffee before. I mean, I love Whitman. Not Whitman's. What's the name of the butterscotch like hard candy?
Oh shoot!
It's.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Everybody's grandmother has this.
Yeah, and I love them for that because I actually like those.
They're good.
They're really good. But I never had it in coffee form before, so I'm actually curious how this tastes like. But I got to get one of those Keurig coffee filters because I don't have those anymore.
So if you die, John, we know who did it.
Yeah, we know.
Find that guy running down the street.
It was CernBot. Cancel Legends 3. Again.
He also got your whole freaking.
Yeah, he came back during the autograph panel, the Brain Scratch autograph session, and he gave me a full fucking deck of.
So hilariously, the deck he gave you is the deck that I used to run competitively.
Really?
It's Magispectors.
Magispectors,
with the Windwitch engine. I used to have this. Well, I still have, but I used to run this exact deck. Well, obviously a different version of it, competitively during Zodiac format. And it's a fun deck. It's all wind based.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things that I remember here from like Classicas, like, especially what caught me off guard.
Was the Raigeki.
Legend of Blue Eyes Raigeki.
Yeah,
like, this is the first print of it.
It's not a cheap card.
Yeah,
he had a high speedroid Shambara in there.
Yeah, like it's pretty fucking with all terraforming. It takes me back. Soul Charge.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's a good ass deck.
I gotta study this deck later because I have no idea how that.
It lost a lot of power since.
I'd imagine so, but I can still run it as a fun deck. I still want to make a Blue Eyes deck at some point in my life. But yeah, Surfbot Man, Money Man, thank you very much. You also gave me some Yu-Gi-Oh sleeves, and inside the deck box, I'm not sure if this is what he was really trying to tell me here, was Mega Man Battle Network White and Mega Man Battle Network Red Sun. Basically, this is when Battle Network started to go Pokemon and release 2 versions of the games. You have to play them both to get the complete experience, or at least get, I guess, battle chips or some other shit you can only get in one version as opposed to the next and vice versa. So maybe it was a subtle clue. The $20, the coffee, the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, it was all leading to Mega Man Battle Network.
Well, if he is a Surfbot, maybe he is from that. He came out of the screen.
But Surfbots are from the Legends series, not Battle Network.
Odd.
You send him mixed messages.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to the Mega Man X marathon, currently in progress. Thank you very much. Is that it? I think that's it.
Except for the big box.
Yeah, because this is the last thing I bought for myself.
So you pulled a me this year, John.
Yeah, I pulled a you this year.
Although I did get you $30 off on it.
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So let's cut here and let's get the thing open.
Here, John. Here's the keyblade.
So fuck about the whole box. Okay, so this is the last thing I bought for myself, and one of the most expensive things I bought because one vendor that keeps appearing in TooManyGames is Block Pixel, I think their name is, and they sell 3D printed figures. I've had a Final Fantasy VII Cloud Overworld sprite for the longest time now. I got a Final Fantasy IX Zidane for them 2 years ago that unfortunately broke because I was clumsy. But this is the trio I've been staring at for years because they've been going for so long. And I'm like, man, but they're like $70 a pop. But if I can't just buy one Turk, you know, you gotta buy the entire. Well, no, because technically, if you want the entire set, you also gotta get Seng, the one with the long black hair.
Yeah, but these are the main three.
But these are the main three that you encounter and actually fight. But yeah, I went and bought 3D printed statues of the Turks from Final Fantasy VII because these are my favorite villains of the game. Actually, Reno, Rude, and Elena. I love it. Especially Rude. Rude's my favorite one because I just love his cool, calm demeanor. Doesn't really say much, and then when you beat him, he doesn't like get wince. He just looks at his watch and leaves. Like fucking leaves. Like badass.
That's how you defeat.
Yeah, that's how you get defeated. But yeah, I've been meaning to get these guys for years, and I finally buckled down and got them. Russ got me like $30 off, like it was.
Yeah. I asked him if John bought more than one, then give him a deal.
If we bought the Turk, if we got the Turk, the Turk bundle,
the Turk trilogy.
Yeah. He got a discount, so he said, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, let's do it. Let's just fucking get them, put them on the shelf. Cloud's got some company. Maybe later down the road, I'll get the entire 7 ensemble because they also had Red 13,
Sid, Red 13, Tifa,
Aerith. Yeah. I didn't see Sephiroth there, but maybe next year.
I didn't see Barrett either.
I didn't see Barrett. Yeah, you're right about that.
They always screw Barrett out of things.
Barrett's too big. They always putting the black character down. But yeah, that's
with Corey in the house.
Yeah. 3D printed figure of Corey holding a Slurpee. Yeah, that's it, folks. That's it for the spoils. And again, I want to thank everybody who tuned in for TMG. Anyone who contributed a donation, whether it's something I already owned or just something you think I can get enjoyment out of, or just maybe it's a shit post. Who knows? Live action shit post, always down for those.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Russ for being such a great company throughout the entire stint. Being my bodyguard too. You should have seen like we're having the meet and greet outside of my panel on Friday night. It was like fucking screaming at kids.
And I enjoyed every minute of it.
Oh yeah, but it's been a great friend. Great help.
He's dying. He's dying. I can't bodyguard you from germs, John.
But anyway, as I was saying again, every single year that we do this, it's always great to have you guys by my side and make the trip all the more worth it so I can feel like an utter shitbag that Sunday night as we burn out and head back home and prepare for the rest of the year because, yeah, though the conventions are over for now, you know, the channel's still going to be up and running, both for this channel, SGB, and Brain Scratch commentaries, and you can catch them everywhere. And you can subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell too, because that shit is wonky as fuck. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for tuning in. Have yourselves a fantastic night. Say goodbye, Russ.
Bye, Russ.
Yeah. Shut up, Russ. And say goodbye, Celine. Celine, you gotta say goodbye, honey. What's going on? What are you doing? That's the ventilation shaft.
She's trying to get out! Get out of here!
I think she likes the updraft.
I think she likes the tears in the eyes.